Ooh. I can feel it now, actually, yeah.
Take a look at these pork butts. Although some people call them shoulders, I call them a butt. You can get them bone-in or boneless, and these ones are boneless. Okay, let's start with some homemade rub, which is really easy to make. The ingredients for this rub are pretty straightforward. You're gonna use paprika, garlic powder, salt, black pepper, cumin, and a little bit coffee. Check out this loose coffee bean. All right, let's get shaken. Try to hold your shaker flat and shake it side to side, so like that you get that nice even distribution of the rub on that pork butt. Okay, I know we call it rub, but we don't actually rub it on, right? We pat it on, and by patting it on, you make sure you get that nice even stick all around. Pat, 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 pat. You gotta make sure you get all the sides. Ah, there we go, nicely seasoned. Let's get this one now. Pat, 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 pat. Tenderize this butt like it owes you money. Slap it around a bit. Where's my money? Where's my money? Where's my money? Pat, pat, pat.
These pork shoulders have been sitting in their rub, wrapped up for an hour and a half. I usually only do about 30 minutes, but let's see what an hour and a half does. They should be nice and juicy. Look at that. It smells good. Oh yeah. 5 kilograms each. Big shoulders. I got 10 kg between the two of them. Oh, they smell so good. Oh, we got a couple of things going today. All right, let's slide it out. Oh yeah. These pork shoulders are ready to wrap. They're right in the low 160s. Let's check them out. Wow, look at these beauties, eh? Oh, they look gorgeous. Just in the low 160s. Okay, it's time to wrap. Let's go do it. A 1/2-inch knob of butter here. That's what I'm gonna use for my pork shoulder. You can use whatever you want. You can put a little beer in here, a little bit of Coca-Cola or Dr. Pepper, maple syrup, whatever floats your boat. I'm gonna keep it simple, just butter today, and maybe a little bit of my secret spritz that I've been using throughout the day to moisten up the bark on the meat. Look at this. Woo, just perfect. Just gonna set her down on top of that butter and wrap it up. So I like to go one over the top, fold in your edges, fold in your other edge. And what we're guaranteeing by doing this is we're gonna keep all the juices and all the butter like in a little bathtub of aluminum foil. Just gotta remember where the top is, and this is our top right now. So the juice is gonna float on this bottom right here. Just don't flip them over, you'll be all right, and this thing will be swimming in butter. The temperatures to cook. Now, the temperature inside your smoker is gonna be right around that 200 to 250 mark. I cook really low 200s. Sometimes I dip in the 190s, try to keep it right above that 2 to 220. Now, some people cook up to 275, and that's up to them, right? I like the results I get in those really low and slow 200s. When the internal temperature of that pork butt reaches 160, 165, it's time to wrap it up in foil. Or some people use butcher's paper, totally up to you. I use tin foil. I like the seal that you get when I put in that butter, or maybe a little bit of spray or a little bit of beer. It really holds it in nice and tight. And then what happens is you pull off your pork butt when it hits 205 internally. So you're gonna have a probe in there, and after you wrap it, when you see 200, 205, you're gonna pull it off. But what do you do after that? I let my pork butt rest for at least 10 hours in a cooler or in a holding oven. Now, I don't have a holding oven, so what I do is I put it in a cooler, or I kind of incubate it in a bunch of towels. And then in the morning when I wake up, it's time to pull that meat apart. And that's when I'm gonna see you guys next.
Finally, we're at the finish line. It's the next day, and this pork butt is rested for just under 10 hours. You ready to pull this thing? Okay, let's get everything in place, or as they say, mise en place. I got my blue gloves on, let's do this. But before we start, we are not wasting any of this delicious flavor. It all goes in. We're gonna make sure we get all this butcher's twine out so like that it doesn't get mixed into our pulled pork. Imagine getting a bite of that. We're gonna separate all the little muscles within the whole pork butt so like that we make sure we get a nice even pull all the way through. I've seen some other pulled pork videos, and I don't see too many people talking about this, but I pull out the jelly-like tissue. Some people call those ribbons. I wouldn't want to get a mouthful of that. Some people just blend it in. This is the longest way to do it, but the best way because I make sure the pull is consistent all the way through. All right, that second pork butt gets the exact same treatment. Let's get all that butcher's twine out and get a nice even pull. Hey, don't forget the juice. And there you go. With the magic of barbecue and thyme, you now have a delicious pulled pork that'll melt your neighbor's face off. Hey, if there's anything you guys want to see me smoke next, make sure you drop a comment down below. And of course, as always, if you've enjoyed this video, please help the channel grow, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to keep smoking.
I want that meat.